So when it comes to Garry's mod, we've seen a lot of blood mods. And this is going to be yet another one. This is the realistic blood physics mod. Now the one thing that does separate this mod from other blood mods is the cool realistic physics of it. As the name does suggest, when you kill an NPC, they're going to spill blood, as you can see, from the wound that you created. So it's not just going to be made once and then it's over. It's going to keep going, and you can even visibly see the drips, although the wound will not last forever. The best thing is, of course, you can just make more of them. And as you can see from the wounds we've made, there is indeed blood dripping from the wounds, and they leave these puddles on the ground, which look awesome. Now, of course, if you guys do remember, we did the G Blood mod, which, again, thank you all so much for the support on that video. That was pretty insane. Now, this does not use G Blood, but that's kind of the novelty of it. You don't need an external fluid simulation program in the background. This is all built in. And the cool thing is, the wounds that you make dictate the blood puddles that you create. So if we shoot with the SMG, you can see the portions of blood that just splat out, and once they do touch the ground, that is when that decal is being formed. Odessa, you're probably in a lot of pain right now, and you're gonna have to deal with that. Alright, now how does this compare to, well, standard Garry's mod? Well, as you can see, the blood in Garry's mod by nature is kinda lame. No physics at all, no drops, no splashes, just the typical decal on the end of the wound that they make, and that's even if they make a decal at all. Oh yeah, and big thank you to Tripod1259 for suggesting in my Discord. Compare that to the mod, and I mean, just the initial blast of that revolver is going to leave pieces of blood all over the place, and even lines depending on how far they go. And then, of course, creating even more wounds is going to make an even more dramatic effect that will then create trails of blood as you carry the ragdoll around. It's pretty dang morbid, and that's actually why we're on this map. Now, in my opinion, I think it's pretty insane how a small blood mod like this can really change the impact of, well, killing an NPC. I mean, just the visceral sounds that it makes is completely different. And again, this does work on ragdolls. If you were to shoot the ragdoll, you can see the trail that actually follows the trajectory of the bullet that went in. If that was just standard Garry's mod, there would be nothing there. Now, the one thing I will say that is interesting is that the limit of decals you can have is pretty low. I mean, look at that. Okay, to be fair, that was a pretty visceral slam. And yes, impact can also cause them to bleed. As you can see, it's insane, you know? Like, you'd think there's some G-water going on here almost, but there is not. However, I think you can see what I'm getting at. The moment that you create a large amount of particles or... Oh, sorry, Breen. Blood decals, the problem is the previous ones disappear so quickly, and sometimes it can be a little bit jarring. I mean, look at that. We can literally see them disappear in front of us because now they're all in this one singular spot. Now, that's obviously not a problem, and it's important to note that this mod is going to get settings very soon. I almost did want to wait for that, but if the settings are extreme enough, then I'll do a revisit video, and it'll be a short one just to go over the things that were new. But if it's just like, you know, blood time or the amount of blood or something like that, if it's only a couple settings, then I'm not going to do another video on it because, well, the main premise of this video would have sufficed. Now let's go ahead and try some of these crazy contraptions and see how it works. Ooh, this should be fun. Let's try this saw blade here. Alright, so again, oh god, I'm sorry, Collider. We can just see the blood is pretty visceral. Oh. I think we lost a man. Let's go ahead and try to knock our buddy Breen down. Now this building is pretty large, and I did put a camera at the bottom so that we can see what happens when he flies through the door here. Should be pretty funny. Oh. Okay, that was a bit more dramatic than I'd anticipated. What about you, Kleiner? You want to go for a ride? Alright, so we can kind of get a good idea now of how this all works. But again, because Kleiner's making new blood decals, it's getting rid of the ones that Breen has. Which is why I'm again very excited for that settings update, because there should be one to increase the amount of decals. Oh man, I love this map. Let's go ahead and see what the giant hammer can do. Alright, impressive. Now, I understand this would be a lot better with a gore mod, but I kind of wanted to show this without a gore mod, because the gore mod might get in the way of the blood effects that I'm trying to showcase. And that's kind of the thing that's awesome about this, is the blood mod is so good, and the effects look pretty decent that you might not even need a gore mod depending on your desires. Now, of course, if you want to gib or dismember, that's going to be a different thing. But if you just want blood that looks good, this is definitely going to be enough, I think. Alright, Dr. Kleiner, I hope you like getting fisted. Here we go. Oh god, we got some on us. It's the splash effect that I think is so cool. Now, if you thought that we were immune, think again. Well, actually, there's no blood there. We can definitely be affected by this blood mod. If we were to go ahead and just let them shoot us a bit, you can see we are dripping blood like nuts. And we can even see the dripping effect in front of us. Now, the good news is this effect does not last too long, but that's quite a lot of blood we've lost for just a couple bullets. But as always, I would love to know what you guys think down below. What do you think about blood mods? Do you think they're a little much, or are you glad that there's a whole bunch of them? Because, well, choice is a great thing. And this one, again, does not need any external sources, just the mod, and you're good to go. But I want to thank you all so much for watching this until the end. If you do want to leave a like or subscribe, you know what to do. I'll catch you guys in the next video. Check out NecrosVideos down below for Pokemon Pocket content. Oh, sorry, dog. Dang, he does not want to die. Alright, third time's the charm. I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great weekend, and until next time, farewell.